Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
이게 무슨 소리지? 이게 슬리퍼 소린가 이게?
무슨 소리 무슨 소리가 났어요? 아무 소리도 안 났는데?
못 들었어요?
아무 소리가 안 났어요.
15 minutes later.
나 홍심 씨 소리 들었어요. 아까 병실에서.
진짜 들었어요?
Run.
가라며 왜 안 내려?
라면 먹고 갈래?
왜? 하지 말까?
Yes! 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 Yes!
가요.
A few moments later.
먼저 이렇게 딱 잡더니
Steven, what are you doing in there?
Drugs!
이래가지고 내가 마음 편히 집에 가겠어?
Be honest, how many times have you had to pause a show just to pace around the room because you couldn't handle the awkwardness? Like that business proposal scene where Ha is acting like a maniac to scare off her date, and you're hiding behind your blanket whispering, "Please stop talking, girl." Or when a K-pop idol is forced to freestyle dance on a variety show, and it's, let's just say, creatively unique. Have you ever watched an idol on a variety show attempt aegyo so painfully awkward that you had to physically look away, but you peeked anyway? Why do we feel this secondhand embarrassment so intensely, even for strangers, and even for fictional people? And why, and this is the strange part, do we secretly love putting ourselves through this emotional torture? Back in the 1990s, Italian neuroscientists were studying monkeys. They put tiny electrodes in a monkey's brain to see which neurons fired when it picked up a peanut. Cool, right? Monkey grabs peanut, neurons fire. But then, plot twist, a scientist picked up a peanut, and the monkey's neurons lit up exactly the same way. The monkey wasn't moving. It wasn't eating. It was just watching, and its brain acted like it was doing the action itself. That's when scientists said, whoa, the brain has a copy-paste function. Those special cells were nicknamed mirror neurons, because they mirror the actions and emotions of others. Now, mirror neurons weren't just about copying movements. Researchers later found they also copy feelings. If someone's smiling, your mirror neurons might nudge your brain to feel a bit happier. If someone stubs their toe, you wince because your brain runs a little ouch.exe simulation. And if someone, say, on a K-drama, confesses their love in the middle of a crowded street and gets turned down so loudly that pigeons scatter, your brain's like, well, I guess we just got rejected too. This is why secondhand embarrassment, or what psychologists sometimes call vicarious embarrassment, feels so real. Your nervous system doesn't totally distinguish between you and them. Your brain's empathy circuits basically drag you into the scene whether you signed up for it or not. But here's where it gets even more interesting. We don't always feel it the same way. If your best friend trips in front of their crush, your mirror neurons scream at you. But if your enemy trips, suddenly, you're fine. You might even laugh. That's because another brain system gets involved, the medial prefrontal cortex, basically your social judgment control room. It decides whether you share in someone's humiliation or sit back with popcorn. Let's go back in time, not to the 1990s monkey lab, but 200,000 years ago, to early human tribes. Back then, social survival was everything. If one person did something that made the group look bad, say, challenged the wrong rival tribe leader, everyone could face consequences. So our brains evolved to monitor any risky social behavior, even if it wasn't us doing it. That awkward caveman who tried to impress the group by juggling fire and then set his hair ablaze. Your ancestors cringed hard because they needed to remember, don't be him. Psychologists call this social learning through observation. Secondhand embarrassment is basically your brain saying, note to self, avoid this exact disaster. Ever. For the rest of your life. Now, here's the fun twist: not all cultures cringe equally. In collectivist cultures, like Korea, Japan, or China, secondhand embarrassment is often stronger. Why? Because identity is deeply tied to the group. When one person loses face, it feels like the whole group loses it. That's why in K-dramas, the awkward moments can feel nuclear level, because the stakes are about collective dignity. In individualist cultures, like the US, the cringe still happens, but people are more likely to laugh it off as their problem. This also explains why some people in the West watch The Office comfortably, while others, especially in East Asia, have to pause every 5 minutes to recover.
For a long time now, and I'm finally gonna do it. So, I'm just gonna hop the fence and jog home now.
Here's the paradox: if cringe is so unpleasant, why do we binge watch it? Part of the answer is benign masochism, a term psychologists use for when humans enjoy negative feelings in a safe context. It's the same reason we eat spicy food, watch horror movies, or listen to sad songs. Your brain gets the emotional, the danger, without any real-world consequences. Plus, there's a social bonding effect. When you watch a cringy scene with friends and collectively yell, "Oh no," you're sharing an emotional experience. Your brains sync up, literally. Neuroimaging studies show groups watching the same emotional content have aligned brainwave patterns. So awkwardness, weirdly, makes us feel closer. So, next time you hide behind a pillow during an awkward scene, don't think, "Why am I like this?" Think, "Wow, I'm a finely tuned social survival machine." Cringe means your empathy's sharp, you can spot a social disaster before it happens. Back in the day, you'd be the one stopping Gary the caveman from flirting with the rival chief's wife. Hero status. Mammoth meat for dinner. It's also emotional training. Every awkward scene you survive is like a gym rep for your social skills. Just with hotter actors and better lighting. So, cringe proudly. It means you care, and the world needs more people who do. And hey, like, share, and subscribe. Or don't. Just know your next intrusive thought might be, "Why didn't I subscribe to that weirdly relatable channel?"